Episode 4112, The Home Front.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day and happy birthday, America. Yes, we're just around the corner to celebrate the semi-quincentennial. It is awesome. America is turning 250 years old. And yes, we've already kicked it off here in our sweet little town. And today, Confession Day, it's all about the home front. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already even had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the Kisses newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. So I don't know if you've already bought your fireworks or if you've got your outfits and you've already got the barbecue going and whatever it is. Maybe you're listening to this even a couple days later. But today is Confessions of an Upset Mama. And I wanted to take a twist on this a little bit. Yes, we're keeping with the themes that we always do every single day, but I really wanted to honor what we're celebrating here in America. I do think it's important. 250 years is a long time. Over in Europe, they've been established way longer than we have been, right? Their governments and all of that. And here we came and we created our own, and it is pretty miraculous as to where we are and that we are alive for such a time as this, celebrating the semi-quincentennial of the United States of America. And in that, we've already been kicking it off in our cute little sweet southern town, and we had fireworks last night, and oh my goodness, it was long and bright and beautiful. I mean, people were just ecstatic, and I'm thinking, why do we not have this energy all the time? I think sometimes we need an excuse to celebrate, and not just any celebration, but we need to celebrate deeper than, oh yeah, it's your birthday, woo-hoo. No, there's meaning behind that, right? You were created in the image of God, and I think about our families, and truly that the family is so important to our Heavenly Father. And then I look at America and I'm thinking, but we're our own family too, right? We all belong together. We have one thing in common. We have freedoms that nowhere else in the world has. And that's pretty amazing. And so today we're going to continue the walk down and taking some notes and all of that from our forefathers and bringing it into the privacy of our own four walls. You know, there are those days, right, when you don't feel like a patriot. Instead, you feel like a referee. Or maybe it's a short order cook, a lost and found apartment for 1 sock, 3 chargers, and maybe somebody's retainer. Oh, don't forget the squeaky ball for the puppy dog. There are those evenings when the dinner table looks less like the heartbeat of a nation and more like a negotiation between 2 very strong-willed people who share your DNA and absolutely positively refuse to eat what you made. And somewhere in the middle of the dinner dishes and dogs, you forget that what you're doing matters. So, Mama, Dad, let's remember together the home front. On July 4th, 1776, 56 men signed their names to a document that would change the world. And we celebrate them every year, and rightly so, right? I mean, it was a big deal for us here in the United States. But there is another declaration being written, quietly, daily, in kitchens and minivans, and in bedrooms, SUVs, and backyards all across this country. It doesn't have a single author. It doesn't hang in a museum. It's written in the habits you're building, the values you're repeating, the moments you show up even when you're exhausted and nobody is watching and nobody is clapping. It's the declaration of your family. And as I thought about this, I was like, gosh, what if we put this into words? I wonder what it would sound like. So here's my take on it. We hold these truths to be the foundation of our home, that every person under this roof is seen, known, and deeply loved. That we will tell the truth even when it's hard, show up even when it's inconvenient, and choose each other even when it costs us something. That we will fight for this family the way soldiers fight for their country, with everything we have, because the stakes are just as high and the cause is just as worthy. We pledge to these walls, to these people, and to the God who gave them to us, our full hearts, our imperfect best, and our unshakable commitment to keep trying. That's not a small document, is it? If you were to break that down and really think about that, it's got some heaviness. It's weighted. But that's the bravest thing that most of us will ever agree to write. That most of us will say, wow, that's what it's like to be a family. That's what it means to stand up and be a mom. And maybe for you, it'll never be written down. But you don't want to know the real foundation of this nation? It was never just the Constitution. It was never just the military, the economy, or the institutions. It was always the home. Family is the heartbeat of America. John Adams understood this, and one of the most decorated founders in American history credited not a fellow statesman, but his own mother for who he became. And so John Adams is credited with saying the following: "All that I am, my mother made me." Not Congress, not a university, not a policy or a program, not the Constitution or the Declaration. His mom. 4 words that carry the full weight of what happens inside a home when someone decides to take the long view and pour themselves into another human being. Then if you look at Abigail Adams, one of the most remarkable women in American history who raised children while her husband was away building a nation. And she wrote to her son, John Quincy, with words that sound less like a letter and more like a commission. These are the times in which a genius would wish to live. It is not in the still calm of life or the repose of a Pacific station that great characters are formed. Great characters are not formed in easy seasons. They are formed in the hard ones, in the arguing, in the correcting, in the apologizing, in the trying again. All between the dinner dishes and dogs. They're formed right at the dinner tables where someone insists on honesty. In bedrooms where someone prays over the sleeping child. In a car on the way to school, in the 10-minute conversation that the child will remember for the rest of their life. And the parent, well, they hope that they'll remember, but they'll forget it by Tuesday. That's where great characters are made. In your home. By you, Mom and Dad. You're the front line. And so I want us to really think about this, right? A soldier on the front line is not there because it's comfortable. I mean, who really wants to be on the front line? I can tell you my father didn't want to, but he had no choice. When he went over to Kuwait, his unit was on the front line. The stories he told, the few that he told, I should say, kind of made you stop. And sometimes you weren't even breathing because you were trying to take everything in. You see, the soldier's there because the thing behind them is worth defending. They plant their feet in hard ground. They face what is coming and they hold the line. Not for glory, but because they love what's at stake. Mama, that's you. Dad, that's you. You are not on the sidelines of history. You are not in a supporting role. You are on the front line of the most important battle being fought in America right now. The battle for the hearts, the minds, and the souls of the next generation. Nobody else can fight it for you. Nobody else has your assignment. The child at your table, is not a coincidence. They are your post. They are your blessing. They are your gift. I think about the Bible, and Moses comes to mind, and Moses didn't leave this to chance, right? Before the Israelites entered the promised land, before they built cities or established government or wrote laws, God gave them a charge that started at home. Deuteronomy 6, verses 6 and 7. And these words that I command you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise. Even Moses was given a charge by God. When you sit, when you walk, when you lie down, when you rise. In other words, always within your own four walls, always in the ordinary, in the unremarkable, in the unphotographed moments of daily life. Yeah, even in the things that don't make the highlight reels. That is where a generation is shaped. That is where a nation is either strengthened or slowly hollowed out. The enemy of the family has always known this. Now you know him. He likes to get at us when we're down. He tells your mom that you're not good enough. And sometimes you whisper things in your head and maybe you didn't even hear of them, but it's these thoughts that come in. Why? Because Satan likes to tell you lies. So he hangs out. Because if he can destroy the family, he can destroy a nation. And that's why the home is the target. Which also means the home must be the stronghold. So if you look at all of this, it'd be nice to think that you could get it all right. Wouldn't it be nice that the 56 men who put their John Hancock down on paper and said yes to this could have had the future, right, ball that you kind of rub and say, what is it going to look like in 250 years? Because they're not going to see it. But they believed and they had faith. But they also knew that it wasn't going to be perfect. And I think we have to remember that also, because we hold ourselves to a higher standard, and that higher standard can get us in trouble. You're not going to get it right all the time. You're going to be wrong sometimes. You're going to lose your patience on a day when you need to keep it. You're going to say the thing you can't take back, miss the moment you can't rewind, miss the time of, oh my gosh, I have to be there, but that 10 minutes of not being there was a little too late. Maybe going to bed wondering if you're doing any of this right. You're going to have the seasons when the family you're building looks like nothing like the one you pictured, the one you dreamed of, the one you prayed for. And the gap between your ideals and your reality might even feel embarrassingly wide. Welcome to the front line. Welcome to the home front. Guess what? It's always been a little messy, hasn't it? Our founders weren't perfect men. The nation they built was not a perfect nation, but they kept showing up to the vision. They kept tending to the thing they planted. They kept believing that the experiment was worth the effort. And now, 250 years later, we are the evidence that their imperfect faithfulness mattered. You, Mom, your imperfect faithfulness matters too. Come on, Dad, pay attention. The nights you got it wrong and went back to apologize, that's being a mom. The days you held the line when it would have been easier to give in, that's being a mom and a dad too. The prayers you prayed over children who have no idea you're praying for them, that's being a mom and a dad. The 10,000 ordinary moments of choosing your family over everything else competing for your attention, that is the declaration of your home, signed in real time every day. Mama is America turns 250. We celebrate the generals and the statesmen, the documents and the monuments, all that got us to where we are today. But the truest monuments in this country are not made of marble. They are made of people. People who were raised in homes where someone decided they were worth fighting for. The home is the heartbeat of America. And the heartbeat only keeps beating because someone is tending it. And that someone is you, Mom. Come on, Dad. So on the days when it feels like nothing, when the laundry is unfolded and the argument is unresolved and the vision, well, it feels so very far away. Remember that you are not just raising children. You're planting citizens. You are shaping souls. You're writing the next chapter of something that started 250 years ago. And it depends in ways you can't fully see on what happens inside your four walls. The founders of our amazing country bet everything on a dream they could not guarantee. You, though, are the evidence that it was worth it. Now go be the evidence for the generation coming after you. Joshua 24, verse 15. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Don't let this be just a wooden sign hung on a wall that looks pretty, decorated in white and black lettering. No, instead, let it be the home front declaration, and then be willing to sign it every day. Go in peace, be present, be incredible, be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed weekend, and happy birthday, the United States of America. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life, and love your journey? Visit CreateYourNow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.